Hey everyone, I'm Evan.
And I am Daxon.
And this is Fishing Life 101. And today we went out fishing. We brought some cut bait along with us and we tried a kind of a new spot. It's in the same river system, but just a little bit down further from where we normally go. We had a great day and we hope you enjoy this video.
For bait today, we've got frozen shad. We're just putting hunks on about this big or this big, either or. We don't want to use too big of chunks because the river that we're fishing out here, it's not all that big, so there's not going to be monster catfish in it likely. And then for the bowfin, for their size, it seems like you get a lot of them where you're not getting them all the way on the hook, or that it's if you have a big chunk of fish out there, they're just grabbing the bottom of the fish and not taking it all the way in. So that's why we're just throwing some of these smaller ones out too. Gonna hook it right through the bottom there. The way we have enough room to leave plenty of hook point exposed. Just kind of toss this one right over the other side. It's not going to take much of a cast to do that. So there we've got the first line out. Daxon already threw this other rod out, so that's out, but I'll probably recast that to put that up the river here a little further to give us a different place to fish from. The other two rigs are the standard bottom rigs that I normally use. This one that I'm using is a Carolina rig though, with a 4-ounce sinker, which is really more than what this ugly stick is designed for, but it doesn't cast too bad. It's just a little hard to cast, but it's not really optimum. It's just what I had on there, and I had that on whenever we were fishing at the White River, which is a much deeper and stronger current than this river is. And the hook's bigger too. This is an 8/0 hook, which is likely overkill for here, but it'll work just fine. I think I am going to get smaller hooks though for places like this. Just right like that. That's going to stay on there real well. Plenty of hook point exposed. We wanted to put that one kind of close to that log jam up there. Hopefully I'm not going to regret that. I'm hoping that it's not going to run right into that log jam. But with the structure that it is over there, it should be good for fish. Just hoping I don't get snagged. I like fishing around log jams, but a lot of times I don't end up fishing around them because I just don't want the snag lines. But we'll give it a shot. We normally fish this river down a little further down this way. It's tapping. Let's wait. A little bit nicer taps. That's a little fish. Oh, it's not really that. No, it's not that little. Here, Daxon, you take him. I'm gonna get the net and get him in. Okay, hold him there. There you go. Whoa. Well, that was one. That was probably a 3-pound bowfin that we caught on the line there.
I pulled that out.
Perfect. Man, that's a real nice bluegill. That'll make great catfish bait, or more like bowfin bait here. Yep, Daxton, leave that down. You want to pull this one in?
Yeah.
Okay. You get this fish. Pull him. Oh, another bowfin. Oh no, that's a gar. We got to get him, Daxton. Oh man, almost went in. That's our first gar.
Yeah.
Guys, that is our first gar. We've caught other gar off, like in the cast net, we've caught 2 other gar, but we've never been able to hook these little things any other, like we've never actually been able to land them.
So,
We've hooked plenty of them. That's the first gar. First gar we've ever caught on a hook and line, only because it got him right in the bottom of the mouth. Oh no.
No.
I'll get him. I'll clean him off a little bit. There he is, guys. Fairly long gar. You can kind of see their teeth there. They're just like needles. You probably saw me whenever I was tied them up there. Their body is like armor. They're super strong. These are real hardy fish. Want to feel them?
Yeah. Ooh. That feels like a swine mixed with a catfish.
We'll let him go though. They don't really have any use for a gar. There's number 3. Well, second bowfin, 2 gar, and a bluegill, so that's number 4 really. He's probably 3 pounds or so. Want to feel them?
Ooh, yes. Super slimy.
Yeah. They have the needle-like teeth just like the other ones. Just like the gar. Well, almost fell again. Actually, I did fall, but I didn't go in. There we go. I think Daxton needs a little help here. There we go. Now let's try to stay back a little bit, okay? So what we've got here, guys, we got the bluegill cut up into 3 chunks. It's always good to use bait as fresh as you can. A lot of times we just end up using shad because it's the easiest thing to use, because we can freeze it and we can take it out. So really most every time we go out fishing, we take shad anyway, just so we have bait to use right away. And then if we can get bluegill like this, I should say that's just kind of upgrading our baits. So we cut it up into 3 pieces. We're gonna put a section on each of it. For most of these, you're just gonna wanna hook it right in, just right behind this fin here. Like always, make sure that plenty of hook point is exposed. And that should be good. Well, now we have all 3 rods back out. The rods were down after we started getting all those fish, and then I wanted to put bluegill on all of them. So we have the fresh bluegill on all the rods right now. We've gotten a couple hits on them, but nothing real big. Although I don't think they'll be sitting there too long, because they were getting hit pretty good on the shad. Real good hit there. Yeah, he's on there. Ah, he ran us into a snag. Oh, darn it. This stinks. So we got 1 line down now. That other line's getting hit though. Oh, there we go. He decided to go right there. Yep. The bowfin. You want to net him? Be careful, Daxton. Oh, there we go. Daxton got him netted. Because they'll get you. Ah! Man, flung some stuff into my mouth. There he is, guys. Another decent sized bowfin. Go ahead and toss him back. See you later, little buddy. We're just gonna put a chunk of shad on though. He took the piece of bluegill off, so we're just gonna need some kind of bait to put on here. I think I have another piece. Yeah, I got another piece of shad already cut though. Yep, that's a bowfin probably. Yep. Another bowfin, guys.
He's way actual. He's way actual.
Yep. That's a little guy, huge. Well, not real little. He's not real big. There he is, another fairly nice bowfin. Not real big. These are, we haven't really got a nice bowfin yet. But that's decent size. I mean, he's probably a few pounds. We'll go ahead and throw him back too. Oh, that's a little bit bigger bowfin. You take him, Daxton. He's a big guy. Stand back up. Stand up. Yeah, that's a little bit nicer one. This is more the size we're looking for. There he is, guys. Oh! Bowfin really flipped out of my hands. I had a good grip on him too. He got Daxton. Daxton was a little shocked to say the least. But yeah, that's a real nice bowfin, guys. Probably 4.5 pounds, close to 5 pounds. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. Start reeling on him, Daxton.
This might be a flathead.
Nope, he spit it out. We didn't reel down on him right away hard enough. That was another one, guys. That's how, when bowfin are hot, that's how easy it is to get them. I'm gonna have to rehook that because really tore that thing up. put that back on. That was our only pole that was out there then. Throw this one back out. Okay, so we got to get the hook out of his mouth, and then 4.5 pounds. That's a solid bowfin. There's the 4.5 pound bowfin. That's a nice solid one. That's the kind we're wanting to see, and this is the kind that we're used to here. We get some of the smaller ones too, but we get a lot of these nice ones.
Daddy.
We'll go ahead and toss him back. Want to pet him, Daxton?
Yeah.
Nice and smooth and slippery.
Yes.
Back. Okay, take him. You reel him in, okay?
I have the water.
That's good. Put it down and reel him in. Pull a little bit of drag there. That's another nice size bowfin, honestly.
Paul. Fly in the neck.
That's another big bowfin.
Oh no.
Man, these bowfin are everywhere.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit smaller. He's about 4.2 pounds, so just right under what that last one was. Still another solid bowfin. There he is, guys. Another solid bowfin. Throw him back in too. Why don't you step over there a little bit and then you throw it out, Dax, and throw that one out. We got another one on the rod now. Yep, throw it back out. We just had this one get a hit on it. Oh, it does. No. This one doesn't have anything. Well, guys, that's kind of how it is whenever you're doing good on bowfin. You can't even keep your rods in the water. We're only using 3 rods and we can't keep them all in the water. We're down all of our rods right now. But if you're in a good area for them, they're just one after the other, and that's how they are here. This is a real good spot. We haven't really fished this particular spot too much. Most of the time we fished upstream just a little bit. But this has proved to be a very good fishing spot. And this is the second or third time today that we've had all 3 rods down. One time it was because we had a snag out there and we were down for a while because of that. But really, a lot of the times just been because that many fish have been here. There hasn't been a whole lot of times today where we've had all 3 rods out at a time. Most of the time there was at least one if not 2 rods down, just because we've been getting so many fish. We need to try to catch more bluegill too, but we need a little bit of time to catch bluegill. And these gizzard shad, I always like having fresh bait, but these gizzard shad are pretty nice because they're so much bigger. If you catch just a couple gizzard shad, you're gonna have a lot of bait because they're so big. Like where we catch them, we don't normally get the little ones. We normally get the between 11 to 13 inches. That seems pretty common for us. But we get them out of a lake where I don't think there's many predators that are big enough to eat them whenever they get that big. So maybe that's why we see so many of them that get to that size, is because there's nothing really left to eat them. This spinning rod right here was getting hit. I was getting ready to reel it down. I actually just put the bag of shad away. We just got all 3 lines out there. If it doesn't do any more than that in a minute, I'm just gonna reel it in and recast. We don't want turtles around. What we got? No, I think that was a turtle that let go. Nope. There's a big bowfin that got it. That was weird. We got him on and then he ran right towards us. We're just crushing on the bowfin today. And that's the biggest bowfin we've had today. We'll weigh him. Daxton, you want to bring the scale down? That's our biggest one of the day, for sure. Wow, he's got another hook in him too. This is weird.
Maybe another guy caught him.
I did, yeah. Another person did catch him because he's got multiple hooks in his mouth. Well, we're gonna help you out, buddy. We'll take all these hooks out of your mouth. This is just someone not using heavy enough line, guys. You gotta use heavy line for these bowfin. They'll just break you off like this. This guy, you see that? That's just light mono line. That's not anything you want to use. You shouldn't really be using that for catfish or bowfin or anything like that. Hopefully they were just trying to catch maybe a bigger bluegill or drum. These bowfin are such great fish. We don't want them to get hurt or anything. 6.61, so 5.31 pounds. That is our best of the day.
Oh, yeah.
There he is.
Oh, yeah.
Nice long bowfin. I'd have thought he weighed more than 5.5 pounds, but it's a good size one nonetheless. Oh, see you later. Maybe we'll catch him again someday. We've got him on now, guys. He's whatever it is it's pulling now. I'll wait for him to load the rod up a little bit better. There we go.
Daddy, let me, Daddy, let me.
Hey, here you go, Daxton. Come over here. Hey, step over here. Hurry up. Now reel. Here, go closer down here. I'll hold you.
Oh,
Did it get off?
yeah.
Oh, that's okay. There's a lot of different opinions on the internet about how heavy of a main line to use and how heavy of a leader line to use. My opinion is to use a heavier main line than a leader line. And the reason for this is like this one I just now got in a snag. It was a Carolina rig and the hook got stuck. So the hook got pulled off, but I have everything else here because I'm running a braided line, 80 pounds, my main line 60 pounds. So I'm able to pull it out of most snags, and I've had 2 other snags today that I've pulled the line out of, but I wasn't able to pull it out of this one. But all I lost was the hook and the leader line. That's a whole lot less expensive than losing a sizable lead and a bead and a swivel. And then it's a lot easier to put them back on. All you have to do is snell a hook, tie it back on, and then you're done. Or depending on how beat up your knot is up top, I'm probably gonna go ahead and just cut this knot off and replace the knot too. But either way, that's a lot easier and a lot cheaper than losing everything. Like if you're going to, oh man, that's a big hit. He's on there. He dragged this into a snag. Maybe we'll just give him a little bit of line. We'll see if he can drag it out of that snag. And I'm just gonna go ahead and rig up this other line. See, he's still pulling on it a little bit. I don't know, I'd almost be tempted to go in there and get him, honestly. I don't think it's real deep out here. We got him out of here. Oh, there's a little catfish. Little catfish pulled right into a snag. Well, guys, that's what we had on there, a little catfish. He took it down pretty good, but he definitely got in a good snag. Oh, my weight's still on there. It probably just buried him with the hook and the snag. Be a nice fiddler size. Hold on to him tight. Well, that's the first catfish of the day, guys. Beginning to doubt if there is catfish in this part of the river. That's a real nice bowfin again. You almost pulled the rod in. You get him, Dax. I gotta go over here and just like that, guys, all 3 of our rods are down. I don't even know how many bowfin this is today. Number 6, 7, I don't know. Well, at least 5.
Oh, he's going by me. Ow!
Oh yeah, another real nice sized one. There we go.
I want to pull him back.
There we got a nice fish out there. Tighten the drag, and he's still pulling some drag. Another bowfin. He's sitting there now. And another one. That was probably the longest time we went without getting a bowfin tonight, and gosh, we had him. It wasn't any more than 10 minutes at the most where we went without him. He's not as big as the other ones were, but this one's probably a good 2 pounds or so. There he is. Oh, no. Guys, if you were wondering, that was my line going in the water. Ah, shoot, we got another one on.
In this clip, I was trying to move the camera around so you guys could better see the new bite that we just had on the pole. But in doing so, the audio doesn't play back quite right. And I was having a hard time getting the stand set since it was pretty muddy out there, and we were at a pretty good angle since it was the side of a creek bank. The audio is still messed up in this clip, so it's not recording right. But I'm just trying to explain that we're getting ready to go, that we already have 2 poles down, and that we are wanting to go home to see my wife because she's been working all day.
She picked up an extra shift and went in today, and she was supposed to work until 7, and she ended up getting off at like 3:30. So we're trying to get back home to see her at a decent time, but we're not rebaiting any of the rods. So we've got one down right now and then one out, and I'll throw this other one out. I think I probably would have landed that one if the camera was right on it and I could start recording right away.
Hey guys, so we had a pretty exciting time today out there. We ended up catching a total of 1 channel cat, 1 short-nosed gar, 1 bluegill, and 10 bowfin, which is by far the most bowfin that we've ever caught in one day. It was just crazy out there. One thing that I didn't know until I went home later is that the gar is actually a short-nosed gar. And in Indiana, the state record is 1.58 pounds, so I really should have weighed that gar because I'm sure he couldn't have been far off from the state record. It looked like it had to be pretty close to 1.5 pounds, possibly more. So I think now I'm going to take a record sheet along with me whenever I go fishing, just so something like that doesn't happen again. I just never thought that it was that low. I thought the record would have been around 5 or 6 pounds for a short-nosed gar. So I'm kind of disappointed that I did not weigh it, but nonetheless, we got a gar for the first time, and I'm happy with that. If you like this video, don't forget to check out other videos that we have on Fishing Life 101 YouTube channel. We have plenty more videos like this, and we'll be putting out more videos in the future. We put out videos at least twice a week. So stay tuned, guys. Please consider subscribing, and we'll see you next time.